I'm tired of playing friends loop games, so I've decided to try to make one myself, to see what would happen. This video is a vague recollection of events that happened during development. First of all, we'll need some environment. I really wanted to make a space-themed game, so I've chosen Jupiter's atmosphere. The game will take place here, and the main idea is to have some kind of facilities which are constructed from different rooms using simple procedural generation, and for some reason I chose to have some footing beneath them. It doesn't really make sense because Jupiter's a gas giant, and I don't really know why I chose to do it, but it looks kind of cool from afar, so for now it will be like that. Also, I've added some custom fog effects to make cool gradient from deep parts of Jupiter's atmosphere to the space. And let's talk about an art style. I rarely see this topic in other devlogs, but it's really important. In fact, if you don't use some kind of color palette for your whole game, it will just look like a pile of assets thrown together randomly. I'm using this website. It has pre-color palette generator. You just lock colors that you like and keep pressing space until you satisfy it. And to mask out that I cannot really draw textures or model or make games, I'm using noise texture, which I smudge all over the place. Here's how it looks with noise, and here without it. I think it works really good. Now to actually play in this environment we need some kind of player character. I don't really want to bother with creating my own character controller code, so let's just steal Unity sample. It will work just fine for our needs. The game will be multiplayer, so we need to account for that. Player character model needs to work in first and third person, so let's just cut his head off. To give players some kind of goal, I have added collectible items. For interaction, I went with partially physics-based approach, similar to Repo. You physically pick things up, move them around, and place them. But instead of collecting them in a car, the player just piles everything onto a flying ship, and you have to actually track how much stuff you carry, because if there's too much, the ship stops being flying. To cash out and exchange items for money, you must dump items on special shop facility using a lever. It's kind of satisfying, but not really stable, as all physics-based things. For this game to not feel like a complete wasteland, let's add some enemies and friends. Exactly one enemy. Yeah, it will be a simple stalking enemy, which moves only when you cannot really see it. And to make him more entertaining, I've added a feature so he can throw nearby items, and haven't balanced it at all, so I'm sure it will not backfire. And for the non-hostile enemy, I've used an old character that I've made for a different game about gambling. It will fit here just fine. The game needs something to stand out, otherwise it will be bland just like this video. So I've added a laser that can cut off different things, attached to some other things, cut off locked doors, and maybe even accidentally cut other players. Maybe. I thought the hardest part will be making it multiplayer, but actually hardest part is sound design. The last thing I wanted to talk about is keycard mechanic. I saw cool blinking grids in a game called Routine, so I've implemented keycard check mechanic using grid. If an item correct, if the keycard matches, something will happen, like your gate will open or whatever. That's basically it for this devlog. Let me know what you think in comments below, and you may even find a link to a playable demo of the game if I made it playable enough. That's all for now.